there has been a lot of time I have not made a real long video because summer is always a challenge for me, especially since I have big health problems and I have to take a lot of pills, and it increases my problems with sun and the element of fire in summer. I live in south of France, and there the heat and the sun is really strong and really aggressive, and my skin and my head don't get well with it. In the same 10 days, last 10 days, I had 2 times my head really too hot, even if I had a hat on my head and really taking care. I was in the swimming pool, putting my head in the water to cool it every nearly 5 minutes. And so I have been obliged for the last days to swim in the morning in my own house swimming pool when the house makes some shadow, and I have been lucky that these mornings have been really hot for morning, so it was great. It was like the air was like the water. And so yeah, I wanted to speak about my new and old relation with fire. Fire is really my inner biggest inner element in me, and when we have come into the study of fire in the season of the Seeker, it has really been great for me, like reawaken a lot of things, especially the need to fight for myself and for my health and for my physical body. And the great thing has been that I have a lot of pain in my belly, and we have found some solutions, great solutions for it at the beginning of the summer, but my back have begun to pain a lot to my spine especially, and we have found that I had an injury on my spine, an old one, but that now is all in inflammations, fire too. And because I have been a lot lying on my bed or just sitting, because I have less energy than before, my muscles in my back, even if I have worked maximum possible for me on it, have just melted, and so my spine was just on itself. And my doctor had really the best ever of counseling for me. It was swimming pool. I had really difficult relations with water. My mother was really scared of water, not knowing how to swim, and I have a father that has been every summer at the sea, Mediterranean Sea, when he was a kid, always in water. So I had, this relation. I know how to swim, even it's not very well, but I was scared like my mother, but loving that, and it was difficult. And what has been really magic about the season of the Seeker is when I have found myself in my own swimming pool. Maybe not the first day, but the second. I tried to go there every day, and I do it. Is that I had faith and a total confidence in water to take me up, to make me float without fail. knowing that it won't let me down. And before, when I would try to swim, I was so tense and scared that all my energy was in trying not to get not to sink. And now that I am in confidence with water, I can swim far more, and the most I need to do is exercises like running in water, doing this, and with my legs, doing a lot of exercises, and for my back. So yeah, it's really great. A great experience of being with the elements, being one with them, being in water. I have a really good view all around. I am in the garden of my aunt. There is an apple tree with beautiful apples that are growing. I see the skies with all the birds and all the hills around my village that are so green because of the vines at the moment. And yeah, it's really a great experience. And there is fire, the sun, that is good just on your skin because the water is quite cold, but too much is very bad for me. But the really great thing is feeling the fire inside me. You know, in my muscles are really rebuilding. And after 12 days, I begin to be at a point where I have never been with my muscles. More muscles than ever, and it's really great for me. I really feel good. My parents are not sports persons, and I have not been raised in it. I was the kind that is bad at sport in school. So building muscles, I've been quite new. My husband have given me the taste of it. You know, good food, good cooking, taking pleasure of the senses, and taking pleasure to build muscles, to run, not to run, but to walk a lot, and you know, the sweat, all this, and feeling your muscles and even your bones feeling strength. Really, I love it. So it's not about too much about the fire outside because it's really a problem for me at the moment, but being the fire inside. And I have quite stopped my spiritual studies at the moment because all my energy is like to rebuild my body. Every day I try to get little further into my limits. First, after half an hour, I was really like itching everywhere and needing to sleep. Today it was an hour, a complete hour, just to run, to swim, to jump, and with my aunt that is still, it's her last weekend of holidays. She's a teacher, and she had also a few kilos to lose. So she has been like a coach for me, a hard coach. When she's there, there's no, no stop. And really today it was, so I have slept 4 hours after I have eaten and then slept. I was I had a difficult night and I was already exhausted in the morning, so I had to sleep. But my whole energy it is in it doing. I have done some things in my house, like trying a new way to put my things in my house. There is 1.5 years that I am here nearly the whole day, and I need some new space, some new way to live there. And um, today I am doing some jewelry, some bracelets, because my husband I have sold a lot of them, so it's great. But this week I have not worked on my Etsy shop because my mind is not about thinking, words, things like that. I have finished the drawing. It's really about doing with my hands, with my body, and really fire is for me that inspiration and doing, really the need to express this fire, to infuse it into the outside world, and yeah, to be alive. And so it's great. I feel a little more energy than before, and I am just, I can't wait as that autumn being there. Really cold days. We had a few cold days before, but for 3 days it's really hot, hot, hot here. So all is closed, and to keep some cold in there. It's quite ginger and lemon that my husband do, like an infusion, and we can put a little in hot water or in fresh water, and it's really helping me to have an energy too. Yeah, it's really, really good. So my back, still I have 12 days in the swimming pool. My back is really aging a lot less, especially on my spine. My spine was really burning all along, and now I don't feel it except when I hold some heavy things. My limit at the moment is 1.5 kilos. It's really short, but it's really better than before, that when I was just on my own it was aching, and I hope that it will increase with my exercises. From the muscles, I have still problems because all my muscles I've contracted under the pain of the spine. But with the swimming pool it helps, and I have some massages from a physiotherapist, so it's great too. I will see my acupuncturist next week. For my belly it will be great, and maybe for my back. So yeah, taking care of my heels, coming back to some shape with my pills. I have this summer also had really great problems with my weight. I have always been thin person by nature. Like it was always like I don't know how to say that, but when I ate some ice cream, when I ate some, things that make you have weight in your body, it was so great. Yeah, like being proud of you because you will take weight. And with the influence of my husband, I have taken some weight, and I am really proud of it. But this summer has been like in this 1.5 years I have taken like 5 kilos, but it has just expanded. Like in the last summer, in the last month it was like 1 kilo per week, and it was horrible. Like I was always hungry, and my body took it and put it in my body, really, because I have some I have had some moments like that when I am always hungry, especially since I am in the swimming pool, because my body needs some energy to rebuild after the surgery. In my last surgery, I have lived some episode like that, but my body used it to rebuild, not to put some weight on me. And so now um, my first objective was my back, and the second objective is that I burn enough calories per day that I can eat normally, like what I want. If I want to eat ice cream or ham or cream, or because I love vegetables and fruits, but I also love pizzas, and I also love things that make me wait, and I have come to love them really, and I don't want to say goodbye to them. It's really too good, you know. There are a lot of things I had to say goodbye. I can't take a car. Even in a bus, I am sick and I have migraines, and I can't dare to be more than half an hour in a bus, and I can't travel, so I can't walk more like 2 or 3 hours in the best days. I can't swim more than 1 hour per day, and I have really still problems with my memory and with my words, and so like being fat was too much. I love to be plumpy. I love to have curves, but having a big belly with some on my thighs, I don't know, on my waist, too much fat on my waist, and like fat there.